Welcome, everybody. We have a pretty unique, awesome, and special stream planned for you guys. If you are new here, my name is Dan C. Bearded, and I'd like to welcome a couple prestigious guests. First, I'll start with the person. I don't know, are wizards considered persons? I don't know. We'll figure out. We have over here the wizard, aka Colin. Colin, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm excited to have you here. It's been awesome. We've done some amazing and cool things and a lot of planning for the future, which is going to be really epic. And probably one of the most legit live stream setups we've had to set up in the lab before, but it's all great. It's groovy. We're ready to go.
And to make a special touch here, we are live from the Fable studio.
Absolutely.
Do we have a name? Is it the castle, the lair?
I like to call it the keep.
Okay. The keep. And this is what we have here. If we can get a little bit of yes, that is
Yes.
smoke. Oh my God, look at that.
Epic.
And then over here we have the artist, also known as Jeff. And I think we'll be all right from smoke. Guys, don't worry about us here. Jeff, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Excited to be here.
Awesome. And we're going to have a chance for you guys to ask questions today. We're going to have a chance to me kind of interview and really an opportunity for you guys to get to know these two massive figures in the community and the biggest parts, as well as the princess who's off handling Fable duties here, of what Fable Beard Co. is. And then today, of course, is all about the vault. But first, if you guys don't mind, please hit a thumbs up in the chat. We are going to have some giveaways tonight. I'll throw a link in the chat right now. We do have a link in the description at all times. So if you see somebody asking for the link to the giveaways, if you could, I got to do it on this side. If you guys could, please just simply direct them to the description and they'll be able to get signed up for those. And we will get going into it. And for those that are in the know, Mr. Wizard, is the vault live currently?
The vault is live currently.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
And let's go ahead and get right into that because this is going to stay up forever, but the vault is going to be up for 7 days. So people that watch in the future, I want them to get the info right away. We will hit over here real quick, and I'll kick it to you, Mr. Wizard. What is going on with the vault this time?
Yeah, so the vault is something that we release once. It's usually only like twice a year, and we keep it for really special occasions for just cool things we've had planned, or exclusive releases. And to get actually to this page, if you go over to thefablevault.com, you will see a sign up page. You won't see this page yet. You're going to have to click that lock in the top right hand corner, and you're going to have to put in the code N times in all caps in order to get access to it. That's a special for the stream thing. So normally you have to sign up in advance on our mailing list to get access to that code. But for the stream, I'm giving that to you guys so you can get in there. And essentially the story behind this vault release is the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. When we started Fable and we were coming up with ideas of like, what kind of company we wanted to be, what kind of stories we wanted to do, I was immediately like, let's do the 4 horsemen. It's dark, it's awesome, it's cool. But Megan, the princess, was like, well, what happens after the 4?
Right.
Okay, that's probably a good idea. So we scrapped that idea, but we decided after 4 years that we'd bring the original concept of what Fable would have been if it wasn't Fable.
And to clarify here, end times, like END times?
TIMES, correct.
Okay, all right. I'm going to put that in the banner down at the bottom. But if they signed up with the email, they should be in, right? And should be good.
Yeah, they'll get a link or an email in about 15 minutes or 10 minutes with that same code. So they still have to use the code to get in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Use password code end times, and you guys will see it scrolling down at the bottom now, so you guys can see exclusively there end times to get into this. And we're going to hear from Colin on these 4 cents. And then we'll also hear from Jeff, the artist, about the process of creating these. Because if you guys don't know, Jeff down below is the person who makes all of the art for Fable Beard Co. Yeah. And he is also, during this stream, going to be doing some live. You guys are going to see the process, some sketches. And we're going to do, I believe, 3 sketches at least. And any sketches that Jeff, the artist, does during the stream, those are going to be randomly selected orders from the vault, and they're going to be thrown in the order for free.
Absolutely.
So
That's really cool.
You're going to get a signed, exclusive, one-of-one piece of art from this artist. Emmy nominated? Emmy, Jeff, correct?
Yeah, that is correct.
That is so cool. So cool there. And thank you everybody for being here. We all really, really appreciate it. It's going to be a really fun, really unique stream that we have here. So first, details on the price, on the products, what's going on for what they can look forward to possibly purchasing.
Yeah. So with the four horsemen, we wanted to make sure that everybody got like the full experience, right? It wouldn't be the same if you just got one horseman and not the other. So we decided to make it a package deal. And we wanted to also make it kind of affordable for people too, you know, because buying 4 combo kits is a pretty big commitment, you know, especially if you're not knowing what the scents are or whatever. So we decided to come out with all 4 horsemen at $100 price tag, which is essentially equal to buy one, get one free for the combo
There
kits.
you go. There you go.
So we have all 4 horsemen in there, and you start with the first horse there, which is Conquest. It comes in on a white horse and a little blurb. Now, if anybody's unfamiliar with the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, it is a biblical reference. So we went ahead and include those excerpts from the written word of like, that's real. I can't tell a backstory. That is the backstory, right? That's the original history. So I didn't want to do any injustice to that since it is a biblical reference. So I just went ahead and threw, whoop, there's exactly what it is. So there's a little excerpt from Revelations on each white horseman. And yeah, we kind of tried to give like what each horseman would smell like, right? Like that's kind of hard. How do you the horseman of the apocalypse, right? So each one is a little bit different. Conquest is definitely more bright, airy, little apple notes to it. And you have the Egyptian spices in there, sandalwood, the vanilla flower, and the cashmere, which is it's probably one of my I won't say favorite yet, but it's really good.
Yeah, I would say it's a brighter scent, like uplifting, really enjoyable. It's nothing that's harsh, because when you said spices, I was a little bit worried.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a spice guy. I don't like clove. I don't like cinnamon, anything like that. This is really enjoyable, almost like a subtle light cologne. It has some floral-esque to it that I really, really enjoy. Yeah, this is fantastic. Really, really good one with the Conquest. And everybody that knows the channel knows I'm no stranger to having my set ways on my personal preferences. All 4 of these, and I just was kind of going through them with I'm like, man, this is good. Man, this is really good.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting. So Conquest is first, and this is on that site for everybody. Anybody can check those ones out. And then next up, Mr. Wizard.
War. So yeah, War is one of those. It's hard because like these horsemen are so like angsty and vicious in their nature, and just the whole scariness, right? It's the apocalypse. Like, how do you bottle the apocalypse? So we tried to make everyone different, and War I kind of felt like was going to be more on that like spicy note. So that's where the gunpowder ash, we have a Death's floral bouquet, so it kind of plays off another horseman, and then like the musky background on the end. But it's yeah, I think it fits that pretty well.
And again, this was another one when he was like, oh man, I see some of those things. I'm like, huh, man, this one's tough. I don't know how. I really enjoy it, but I don't know how I would describe this in a general way.
Yeah, it's hard.
Very unique, very, very nice. Oh man, if I had to give a final description, I don't know if I can do it on this one. This is one like you've got to try.
Yeah.
And the beauty of this is it's all in one package, right?
Yeah,
They're not able to pick and choose.
No.
And the important thing to know, guys, is after these 7 days, they are gone forever. They are not coming back as solo releases. This is not like a big hype and then people get disappointed because they thought they had an exclusive. This is an exclusive.
Yep. I guess the only way you might be able to get that is if you were in our buy sell trade group on Facebook. Maybe somebody will sell it, but most of the time, a lot of our limited releases end up going for like close to 3 times what the original value of it was.
That resale market.
Resale. Yeah, for sure. Famine, man. Famine was tough because it's like, how do you make a scent that like smells like starvation, which is like really hard, right?
Right.
But I think the again with the Egyptian musk stuff, the incense ash, the white flower, it's
Look at that art, and
This
I'm
is-
excited for Jeff to be able to talk about this. And Carlos, they are up. You just need to follow that link and then use the code ENDTIMES on the little lock screen.
Yeah. The incense portion of this is really strong, and I think that a lot of people are going to enjoy that. And it's very much different than what we like. I don't know that we've ever had a scent profile that smelled quite like that before.
Yeah, and it's not the abrasive incense. It's not walking by the mall and they have the little incense counter where you're like, oh, hey, no. It definitely is smooth. All 4 of these are very smooth. Very, very smooth. And you guys have the range, obviously, with the amount of scents you've created. These are very, very smooth here. And Pauline, the same carrier blend that Fable has always had. It's on that medium thick to thick oil. Coconut oil, castor oil, jojoba, argan, sweet almond, and then a mixture of essential and fragrance oils. And Kevin says that artwork is insane. Well done. And keep helping in the chat, guys. If you see somebody that is lost, ask your questions, answer the questions. And then we have one final horseman to go here. Goodness.
Death. Yes. So death. The thing that I love about Jeff is like all of these images are just like straight at his brain, right? It's so crazy because I don't say, hey, I want this guy on a skeleton horse with a skeleton face and a beard and a sickle. I'm just like, hey, man, I need you to make death. And he's like, okay. And then he like goes with it. But the scorched earth, I think, is really different and nice. And this is more on the floral end too. Sorry, I got to turn those notifications, turn it down just a little bit. We love the cha-chings, but we don't want them to overpower the stream. And yeah, death was hard for me because being a former nurse, that never really smells good.
Right.
Like on a real that never smells good. So how do you make death smell good by still like matching his profile was tough.
That's amazing. And guys, we will have a dedicated time for some questions. So just keep that in mind. Cody V, appreciate you, man. Tyler has a great question. Is death similar at all to the Reaper?
I would say it does hold similar notes to the Reaper, but the Reaper is definitely more on a citrus vibe, where this is more on an earthy, floral vibe than the Reaper.
Awesome. I agree entirely. And then I'm assuming no, but will vault purchases count towards tiers?
No, unfortunately, because it's a special release and it is part of the vault, it's a whole different website. It doesn't really coincide with our rewards, similar to CBD.
There you go. And too funny. We actually talked about this yesterday, Pauline, about tattoos. And there are several people that have Fable tattoos and lifetime supply if we get all 4 tattoos.
So we do. Whoa, all 4. That would actually be pretty dope. I would say absolutely.
Wow. Hey, did you hear that, Pauline? Absolutely. That is cool. That is cool.
Normally, I usually shoot out like a year supply of like combo kits or whatever. Really, it's kind of whatever people when they get tattoos. But I will keep in mind, if anybody else is getting a Fable tattoo, be mindful of the characters you get, because we have had people get tattoos of characters that were done after real people out in the world, like the custom characters. So you might be getting a tattoo of another real human on you.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, that's been quite fun to see.
I like it. So
DMC,
that is like
t-shirt tattoos. You know?
I saw the barber in here. Shout out to Dave. Welcome. We got the artist below us. If anybody else, I think Anubis is this based off of him? Numbness? The nurse.
Yeah,
no,
he has nurse numbness tattoos on.
Yeah. And the nurse, I forget his name, but I know the nurse comes in all the time
Chris.
in here. Chris. Yep. Chris Helm is on my leg. That's too funny.
Yep.
Yeah. And he has his YouTube avatar is the nurse.
Yeah.
So super cool. And then too funny, Jenny. Thank you. And so, all right. And we got a lot we'll be doing today, guys. We're in no rush. We have no schedule, nothing like that, which is going to be pretty cool here. So we'll get to know Jeff a little bit more here and kind of get into his head, because if one thing that I've learned from this weekend is from hanging out with the princess and hanging out with the wizard is how much they value and adore and praise Jeff. It is something that they really believe is this like magical part of Fable, and I get to see it for a long time now, man. It's really, really cool. So Jeff, first off, just give the quick introduction. I don't think a lot of people, I mean, the diehards definitely do, but I don't think a lot of people know a whole lot about you. So maybe your background, what you're up to now these days, and then I'll kind of get some questions in about the process with Fable, but just let everybody know about you.
Okay, cool. Well, I come from a traditional art background, went to college and studied art. I wish I would have gone to an art school, but I didn't, unfortunately. But luckily, I got hooked up with a t-shirt design company young, right out of college, and started designing t-shirts for quite a while. And then got into the special effects field through a friend and worked in that for about 15 years, working on some really cool shows that I loved, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel and Smallville and the Power Rangers, just really fun stuff to do. And I was always in charge of the really artsy stuff like the electricity or the magic powers and all that stuff, which was a blast. It was a great time in my life. And then I got into doing storyboards for some features and some series on TV as well. And that kind of led me into my own path where I started doing more illustrations for books, storyboards, more movie storyboards and stuff like that. And then over the years, finally met Colin, and just the dream team came together right then and there. And
So cool.
it's totally my favorite job I've ever had, just to be able to be at home, turn up my soundtracks to movies and just immerse myself in everything that I love and just come up with these characters is just a blast for me to do.
So cool.
And I think that's why it's really worked really well with Fable between Jeff and myself, because from the very beginning, like I had my general ideas, right? Like, hey, I got 4 characters. I want one to be like a tavern owner. I want one to be like a dwarf engineer, and then I want an archer. But other than that, it's just been all. And I know Jeff really appreciates this, but for coming from a place of creativity myself with videos and YouTube and all of that stuff, the ability to create whatever you want and do it for a living is really kind of rare in the world.
Yeah,
so like
totally.
even on other projects I know he's worked with, people probably micromanage you a lot more than what we do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
So cool. So cool to see. And you guys will be able to have all the questions you want. Hey, Ruddy Man. And yes, Fable uses all the same oils. The only exception would be they have a CBD line that is Fable CBD, and that has the addition of CBD oil on there. And we have the princess right here. Jeff is amazing and talented, and we love him. We're grateful for him today and every day. That is so cool. And Jeff, you definitely have some inspired artists out there that are trying to get into the work or even a hobby. Do you have any suggestions on a drawing tablet? I know you're a pencil and paper
I see that.
guy.
You know what, man, this is the first, I'm sitting here drawing death right now, if you can see that, but just sketching. But man, I haven't put pen to paper or pencil to paper in so long because I'm so in the digital world now. But I have a Cintiq 27 or 24-inch screen that I love because I can actually at least touch my pen to the tablet. And man, it's just awesome, the stuff you can do. And I use Clip Studio. And then I go back and forth from Photoshop to Clip Studio, because the Clip Studio pen, the line work you can do is amazing. It blows Photoshop away. But I also like to work on the iPad, especially when I'm going on trips or I'm away from home.
It was funny. We were hanging out at the house last night, and my son was playing Fortnite, and all of a sudden I come back in the room and Jeff is there with his iPad, and he's like, "Oh, I don't really like this werewolf ish that we're doing for an upcoming sense." He's like, "I think I want to change that." And he's just like sketching away, and I did a little, and then by like within 20 minutes, like we had a whole brand new werewolf. I was like, "What the heck?" He had like the teeth and the coloring, and it was nuts to watch.
What's great is I can save that file, and then when I get home, and just email to myself, and I can just open it up and put it right into the actual design, which is so cool. Nuts. Technology is amazing.
And kind of speaking of that flow, first off, Jeff is here right now. He's actually on the other side of the wall. If the wizard would punch through the wall, which do not doubt him, he put a hole through it earlier. Jeff's right there. It's just we wanted the setup, and it's kind of cool looking. But what is I'll start with Colin, then he'll kind of feed into Jeff. What's your process as far as, because he's not local, they live decently far away. So how does it
Yeah.
work? You got a new product, you got Jeff that's in another state. What's it like to get that created?
Well, with that relationship of not like trying to micromanage or anything, the princess and I will kind of come up with ideas, and most of our stuff is based around seasonality. So we're like, what's going to be cool for Halloween or whatever. And it's kind of Jeff's, favorite time of the year too. But most
That's
of the
true.
time, 90% of our stuff is just done on FaceTime. I'll just call him, hey, what's up? Oh, not much. How are you? Cool. So I need a scarecrow, but make it like super scary. And he's like, okay, cool. And he sends me a sketch back, and I'm like, perfect, that works. And then like 24 hours later, it's done. Like that's literally how Fable works all the time.
Yeah.
Just that simple.
So Jeff, on your end, what's the process? Colin says, hey,
Yeah.
I want a cricket that is on steroids. How does it go from that to your brain to the tablet?
Oh man. Well, I already have my brain filled with, comic art and movie. I mean, I've collected behind the scenes and the art of movie books since I can remember. And I have a library in my head of reference material that I can it just pops in there as soon as he says something. I'm like, oh, I got an idea. And I'll sketch it out. And a lot of times I'll send him a sketch. And then the more I look at it, I'll or start coloring it. I'll maybe change it a little bit. And then most of the time he's like, I love it. But there has been a couple times where he's like, wait, what I liked the sketch better or the pose in the sketch or something,
So there's a couple of times, I don't know, I've worked with Jeff long enough that I can distinguish like the Jeff magic. Like I know his
Yeah.
feel of art versus where like maybe he's like stumped on an idea, or like maybe he's crunched for time on like, maybe he's like, oh, I'm going to finish this before I like go to the grocery store. I don't know how he thinks, but like, that's what I envision. He's like, oh, I'm just going to get this done real quick because I want him to know I have it done. And then I'm like, that doesn't look like Jeff's best work. Hey, Jeff, let's do it again. And he's like, okay. And then he'll like bring it back, and it's like, okay, that's Jeff. Like it's hard to explain, but I can definitely feel the difference a lot. And I'm like, I bet he's going through something right now. Let's call him tomorrow and try this again.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. And are there any challenges with creating artwork based on specific people for the custom sense that you've done tons of?
Oh, that's on him. I don't know. Most of the time when I do the custom sense for people, I'm just like, hey, what do you want to be? Like for me, I guess the biggest part is like drawing out, because most of the time they're like, they want to create a Fable. Excuse me, that was a monster. Most of the time, yeah, when people want to create a scent, they just know they want to be something cool, but they don't know what it is yet. So a lot of the times I'll draw on people's hobbies, on people's work life, on people's passions. Like, hey, what are you really into? And like, oh, well, man, I'm like really into like crocheting or like something weird. And they're like, okay, cool, like crocheting. And I'm like, do you prefer more like scary things, or like do you prefer other like songs? It's like, oh no, I'm like really into scary things. Like, cool. All right, hey Jeff. So what I think we're gonna do is I think we're gonna create this guy as like a crochet monster, and like maybe we'll have like the knitting needle like coming out, and like the yarns coming. It's like that's never really happened, but like that's how the process works. And then Jeff would just like do it. And I bet you if I told him now, hey man, sketch me a little crochet monster like on stream, he probably could come up with it pretty quick.
Right.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool. And for you, Jeff, you just get pieces of information and you just kind of plug it together wherever, like you said, almost like consuming pop culture is part of your job. Like you bring it all in for all that inspiration.
Yeah. I have tons of inspiration around me all the time. I collect these sideshow figures, and I have movie posters and art books and art everywhere just around me that I just immerse myself in that world. So it's easy to access the library in my head too. When he brings up an idea, and I'll do a few different sketches. I really want to make it dynamic, but the art on the bottles is small at times. So I try to only keep it from the waist up, because if I were to put a whole body figure in there, it's going to be so tiny, you're not going to be able to see the details. But so I try to, incorporate that as well, and do as much dynamic pose and expression and background, and just make it all work together.
Super cool. And then Tyler asked a great question. Does the fragrance play a role in the character at all?
No, and I always like to work on the character first, and then especially with the custom characters and stuff, because people always have I'll say, oh well, like what general type of scent do you like? But if Jeff has a vision of death and it's a scene at night versus a scene during the day, that's going to change the vibe of how the scent profile is going to work. So I love to have the characters done first and then be like, all right, this war guy, he's got this flame and fire coming up on the bottom. Let's like get a smokiness to it, right? Like I feel like that fits so much easier than trying to like, let's do a pilgrim that smells like orange blossoms. And then you're like, wait, then Jeff is thinking orange in his head, right?
Yep.
And that can screw it all up. So we like to flip.
So you don't even tell them?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Right. And Jeff, do you design the cards?
Which cards? Oh yeah, of course.
Cards, trading cards, anything?
Yeah, I love to do that stuff because that gives me a little more room to put the full body in and a lot more background. Yeah, I love doing that stuff.
Cool. And then Colin, I know this has been closed at different points for different reasons. Is custom scents available? And if it is, what's the price, process, anything that a potential consumer should know?
So custom scents are not available at the moment just because we have so much. Basically, it's just the Wizards' lack of being able to plan. But once we get that kind of stuff put more in place, when we first started, we had like 25, 30 people buying them like real quick. And it was like, I had Jeff on like 10 custom characters at one time, and it was just like way too much. And then deadlines weren't being met and things like that. So once we do open them back up, probably I would say close to maybe the end of the year, once we get, our Christmas stuff finished and that's already planned for scheduled launches, and we can maybe work on that artwork. We can bring it back. Originally, the price of the custom characters were $500. However, they are going to be a little bit more because we originally only included a combo kit. We're planning to include 2 ultimate bundles with all of the custom characters now to give a little more value of the products, more, deodorants and things like that. And also just because it does take so much time and energy to like have the whole process come together, that it is going to be a little more than that. I believe, I don't remember what it was up on the website. It's not going to be probably any more than $1,000. I would say that would be the cutoff, but we're going to try to include maybe custom sketches like Jeff's doing right now throughout the process. There's little things that go along with that to make it much more of a value. Cool. And also, people might ask, why is that price range? Unfortunately, that's just so we can limit how many people really want to buy them. And I know that sucks for a lot of people, and I get that. However, if the lower the price point we go, just the more overload and flood we get with that, and then nobody's experience is as good as it should be.
For sure. And that's how anything works. When you have a fee, you increase it once you can't keep up with the current one.
Yeah.
And we are going to go over the vault process and all the information in a little bit here. And they're saying that it's $1,500 on the website.
Yeah, that was just a product that was put up and it never got edited. So it's just
perfect.
That was just up there. That's not true.
Perfect. And Jeff, have you ever checked out Sean Costa's work?
That doesn't sound familiar, but I'd love to see it. I love discovering new artists, and I follow so many thousands on Instagram and all over the internet. So yeah, I'd love to see Sean's work.
Okay. And then what about H.R.
Giger? Oh, Giger. I love him, man. I'm addicted to aliens. I have aliens all over my house.
Super cool.
His art is so crazy and cool.
Awesome. And Zach, we do have giveaways. I'll put a link in the chat right now. For that, we'll get those going pretty soon here. They are some pretty big ones. As you guys can see, I will scroll it down at the bottom. We're going to do a $500 mega box giveaway, and we're going to do 3 vault box winners, where that's a $150 value when you add all the combos up together. And we're going to be giving those out to you guys for just being here, supporting Fable, supporting the channel, supporting the entire movement here. And so super excited to see who gets those. And I think it's a good time to go over the stuff again.
Yeah, I do want to throw one thing out there. I know a lot of people can't afford the vault right now, and that's totally fine. I don't want anyone to feel excluded. There is a link that I did update with you in the document that people can go to, and they can sign up for all of our daily giveaways. So these are giveaways you can enter for absolutely free. You don't need to purchase anything. Once you sign up on the list, you're good. We do a giveaway of a combo kit every single day, and we notify the winner by email. Every week we do an ultimate bundle, and every month we do a mega box.
Super cool. So I just posted a couple times today, but it's just right now in the chat as well. So guys, sign that up. No purchase necessary for that. And that's going with a Fable giveaway there. So let's go ahead and pop over to the Vault stream. And just a reminder too, if you do make a purchase, they're going to be throwing in any sketches that Jeff is doing during this live stream, and who knows, maybe more. He's here for another night. They're going to be thrown randomly into orders, and we're going to get this going. But first, before we go over to the vault, I feel like it's necessary to do this properly here. We want to welcome you guys to the Fable studio and headquarters.
Yes,
it is magical in here. That is real. I'm bringing this back with me to use that. That is so cool. So cool. And again, I'll have Colin run through this in any way that he would like for the four horsemen for the vault opening.
Yeah, I mean the first of all, there we go. First of all, I'm like in love with this GIF image that we created. I keep watching it. It just feels so epic, and I think it just brought so much depth into the website, which was really, really cool. I wanted to do like a gradient background on the end to kind of make it feel like a flame. It's just every time we do a vault thing, it's really cool because it's a different feel from our whole brand, and it allows us to be creative in other ways that we can't normally be already creative. But the four horsemen, we got all four horsemen in one kit. It's the $100 price tag, which does include the free shipping. Well, I don't want to say that because I'm actually not 100% sure, and I can't check right now. But
how do they get there? Because there's a few people just coming in. They're like, there's a countdown, there's a timer. They get to the Vault website. What do they do?
So can we pull up an incognito window to walk them through that, or is that not going to work?
Probably not.
Okay, so let me see if I can just do it on my phone. Okay. So anyways, there is a lock button, a lock icon in the top right-hand corner of the sign-up page. And when you click that lock icon, it'll ask you to enter a password instead of your email address. And you enter that password end times in all caps, one word, and then that'll get you into the vault and you can open it up and check it out. Man, just the detail in these are pretty cool. Jeff, what was your thought process on Conquest here when you were going through it?
I researched a lot of the old school paintings, and I saw a lot of him with the bow. So I did do that in the card art for that one. And I wanted that Thor feeling, that lightning and just the clouds behind him, the rain clouds and the storm coming. So I just wanted that strong feeling like he's a conqueror. And isn't there another name for Conquest? If you look up the Four Horsemen,
he's
like another name.
Conquest. I know. Well, I don't think it's Conquest. I think famine is another word. Pestilence.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Famine's got the double word there, and that depends on the Bible version you're using of what translation that is.
Okay, yeah.
And some of this other stuff too, like I watched as the lamb. Some translations give you a creature instead of a lamb.
Okay.
All of the different translations are a little bit different, but I think I went with the English Standard version for these because it's a little easier to read, and they have a little bit better of a description of the words versus Old English and the King James version are really, really tough to understand sometimes. These actually, coming on a right horse, given the crown, he rode as conqueror bent on conquest. And I feel like you just knocked it out of the park with that vision of that for sure.
That was fun.
Yeah. So, and another thing about the horsemen is too, we wanted to make sure that while it was scary, but the apocalypse could be really, really scary when you're thinking about it. And we want to kind of tone that down a little bit because given our Halloween stuff, Jeff can go real dark, real quick. And we wanted to make sure we kind of tone that down and make it a little bit more fun for that. But yeah, famine is cool. That skin tone and stuff on that. And every bit of that detail is in the bottles too, for sure. we don't really spare any of that. But yeah, you can go buy the whole set. You can either do it directly on the top and the bottom, or if you go over here, it will give you right into the product page and give you all of the scent descriptions in one spot.
Awesome. Pop back here. And I think since we are going over that, I think that is the perfect time to do our first giveaway of the night. So let's go ahead and roll into this. And our first giveaway is going to be for an entire vault box. So you are going to get 4 oils, 4 butters, and you get the card with it. You get all of the Fable magic that comes out of this box. I do want to touch on some of our experiences over the last couple of days too, in a little bit. I think it's going to be really cool because, man, we've had some really amazing, inspirational, motivational things that we've been able to do.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and get this first giveaway going. This is how we normally run giveaways on this channel. So I will put a link in the chat. I got to go back to this one. I put a link in the chat now. And all you need to do is click that link, put in your name, your email address. It's 100% free. And from there, all you got to do is be subscribed to this channel because you have to comment. If you see your name on the screen, you need to leave a comment, something along the lines of, woohoo, it's me. Yay, I won. Something that's very, very known, because sometimes, I don't know if you guys know this, but some of your government names are not the names you use on here. So like Bam, that might not be. I don't know if that's his real government name that's in there, or I don't think Big Bearded and Bored is on his birth certificate. So you want to make sure you make it really clear. And Paul exactly got it exactly right here. Woohoo! It's me! Yay! I won. And that's even with proper punctuation on this one. So yes, and I don't. I know it's giveaway time. I don't know if I can bring that same pump, that same. Maybe we'll see how it goes here. So simply watching. This is one that we are going to do. We will have 2 more vault winners, and then it'll be followed by. We'll probably end with that mega box being a $500 value, which is pretty dang cool. And on that mega box, we saw the box actually ready, kind of in the lab back here, and they just have a huge box, and they go through and they randomly pick all sorts of products. You get different scents, you get different products that are in there. Pretty cool thing to be able to see how the no pun intended, but how the magic works. I've used that a couple times.
Yeah, but
it just fits.
It does.
It does fit. Okay. I think I got to do how do you make the link? It's in the chat, David. So you just click that one and you go through. All right. I think I got to do the call. I got too many people out here. I've never done it with a crowd before, guys. You put me on the spot. I don't like having people next to me here.
I won't look.
Yeah. Okay. He's not looking. Jeff, run the water for
I'll
me.
turn my head.
All right. Yeah. Here we go. All right, guys. Right now, it is precisely. It is exactly. It is accurately. Giveaway time. Let's go. If you see your name on the screen, you are the winner as long as you're here. If they're not here, oh no. We have to do a reroll. We got to do a reroll, and they're kicked out.
I want to touch on the fact that nobody, I don't know if you realize this, but Dan was so nervous just now to do that. But I'm dressed as a full-on wizard. If anybody should be embarrassed in the room.
Yeah, I've
never
done it
wearing
with
pants.
a crowd. Yeah, right. I gotta pee in the urinal with at least one between me,
Side note here on the custom characters, I got a text message from the princess, and I actually like this idea a lot. She thinks that we might end up structuring them to be rewards for our top buyers. So we have a reward system on Fable when you sign up, and it's tiered. So
then you can control the number.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But that'd be really cool. We have a lot of people who placed a lot of orders with us, and that would be a really good way to reward some of those top supporters.
So cool. All right, guys, here's our first potential winner. You guys. And let's see if they're here. If this is you, drop a comment, claim your victory, and then we'll let you know how you can go about winning your prize. And anybody out there, especially if you're watching in the future, you might be off a little bit. You want to make sure you're live. If your internet's not right or YouTube's tripping, it can buffer a little bit. So if you're on your computer, run your mouse over your screen. If you're on a touch screen, touch the screen. And in one of the bottom 2 corners, you should have the word live with a red dot next to it. If there is, you're good. If there's not, tap the word live or refresh this stream. Okay, let's see who we have here. Our first potential winner. Do we have in the building Joshua Foltz? Drop a comment, Joshua, and we will see if you are in here. Great question, Mark. I know it's open for a week. Mr. Wizard, when do these start shipping?
So today is Friday. We want to give our lovely Fable employees a little bit of a break. We don't want them packing up stuff 5 minutes after they go live, but we are probably going to start shipping those out. The first, I don't know, couple hundred are going to go out on Monday or Tuesday, and then they'll kind of start shipping out from there.
Awesome. And this is Vault number 3, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And we've done all of them on this channel, which I always appreciate and never take for granted. And so we're waiting on Joshua Foltz. If you're out there, he's in the chat world, but we do need you to comment to claim the victory. But one of the vaults was the elixir, the growth supplement.
Yeah,
and hey, Josh, you have won, my man. Congratulations. Everybody in the chat, throw a congrats to Josh. He has he's won and claimed it. But yes, we had the growth elixir, we had the banker, and now we have the 4 horsemen.
The banker was a cool thing, and whoever get on that's great, because I think now call that the Wizards ignorance of small business, but that almost kind of qualified as a lottery. So I don't even think we were supposed to really do that, but whoever got in on the banker, that's awesome, where we put like the money inside each container. That was cool.
Messy, but so fun. So fun. All right. So Joshua, I have your information down. You're going to, with the email that you signed up with so they can verify, go ahead, and no codes needed, but please email customer service at fablebeardco.com to claim your winnings. I will leave that up there for a minute. If you guys thought that was cool, if you're jealous, if you're envious, it sounds like one of the traits of the 4 horsemen. But if you have any of those feelings right now, we still have 3 more big giveaways to go. So you got to stay here. Can't leave. If you go to the bathroom, bring your phone with you. That's going to be a big deal there. So we still have 3 more, and I will put down at the bottom that scrolling thing. And hey, we have about right now, literally about 80 people who are watching who have not hit the thumbs up. So if you guys are excited, I mean, we had Jeff come in from Florida on airplane. I packed in my family of 5 for a 9-hour drive in the hottest temperature we've ever felt. Literally the hottest. I was just in the Dominican. Nothing. This is the hottest we've ever felt. So, and Colin's put this all together. The princess has organized it all, because we know Colin has not organized any of it. And he is a split decision kind of man. Make that choice. But the princess is fantastic at being welcoming, being accommodating, and just overall an amazing experience. So check out that box one more time. Who was that? Joshua, reach out to that email, take a screenshot. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. And from there, Mr. Wizard, I would love to talk about what we, the 3 people on screen plus the princess, and only, of course, what you feel comfortable with sharing, what we were able to go kind of get the ground running on, get started on a really amazing experience and possibly next level aspect to your company.
Yeah. It's really hard to put into words, because I'm still trying to like process it. I've got so many ideas and emotions behind it, but as we were looking at, Fable and what we've done and where it can go, and just trying to do the best justice we could of telling more of the stories behind the characters and bringing them to life, and how was the best way to do that versus, did we want to go the art of the way of animation, or did we want, how were we going to bring the Fable story to life more than it already is? And we settled on, visual ads and visual creative marketing. And we have been doing a lot of interviews with a lot of different ad agencies and creative marketing companies and studios across the country. And we ended up settling actually with a local person who has done amazing works with he's done some visual effects works on Gladiator and Harry Potter, a lot of cool stuff. And he's got an amazing studio that we went out to and saw yesterday. And basically, we're going to be trying the best way we can to bring these Fable characters to life in ways that are legitimate Hollywood studio production level. It's just so amazing. We have so many ideas. So be on the lookout. If you see the wizard flying through London on a broomstick soon, it's just that kind of stuff. That's going to just change everything.
Oh man, see the teacher morph into the creator, see the artist go from the artist and create. Oh man, it was an absolute and so that place was called, if you guys follow my social media, I posted it all over there, and it's called the View, and it is the new way of doing entertainment. It is replacing the green screen environment, and they went over, it was really interesting from a creator perspective. They went over the differences of the green screen environment as compared to the realistic environment, the virtual realistic environment. And the difference is, when you have a green screen, you cannot replicate shadows. You cannot have movement. There's a lot of things that you have to correct. In this real environment, you get the actual light coming through. You get the movements. It's amazing. It's the same kind of environment that I would said it all day yesterday. Jeff, what's the Star Wars show?
Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian was filmed on, and it's just shocking. We saw a clip that they used where they brought a school bus in, and rather than having a green screen, which would give you nothing, this had the actual lights shining through the school bus, and this girl was an astronaut. It was unbelievable. It was and it was huge, and the screen alone was $4 million.
Yeah.
The screen alone. And I started looking at their lights. I'm like, oh, that's a $4,000 light. Oh, wow. That is a $30,000 camera right there. Oh my gosh. It was mind-blowing, inspiring. I am so excited. The people were they left us with a gift bag that had in there a custom notebook. It had a flask. It had some adult beverages. It was crazy. Jeff, what was your takeaway as an artist, as a creative, as someone who is a movie lover? What was going on in your head as you left?
Well, I'd already kind of seen the technology from the behind the scenes of The Mandalorian. So to be actually there, seeing it live was just mind blowing. And I what Randy was saying is to be able to have live footage in the background. It helps so much with reflections. So like if you look at the Mandalorian, the reflections on his helmet, his costume is silver. So to do that back how we used to do it, because I also worked in that green screen world, compositing, it was such a pain in the butt to have to try to make reflections and track it to the movement of your actors or whatever was causing the reflection. Now it just flows. It's such a relief to be able to do something like that in that world. It just makes complete sense. It's awesome.
Yeah, and what I'm really, really excited about is now we're going to be able to take our characters, take Jeff's artwork, take his backdrops and scenery and things that he creates, and literally be able to bring the Fable world to life on camera, on screen, in ways that really I just couldn't even imagine. I think it's going to exceed everyone's expectations, and just to be able to put myself with the robe, with the staff, and then take you to a world that is Fable in a way that we've never been able to do before is going to be just absolutely insane.
Super
it was crazy.
Exciting. Yeah.
Truly crazy as we go through. And if you guys are just coming in, that is the fablevault.com. Use the lock password code ENDTIMES, all caps. It's $100 for 4 combos. Essentially, it's a buy one, get one free deal. This is open for 7 days, and then it is gone forever. It is not a FOMO. It's not trying to get you guys pressure. It's just a different type of release, different type of really, really cool product. And so we're very excited. And Jeff is here, guys. He is on the other end of this, maybe 3 feet from us right now.
So I can hear you.
The wizard's chair right now.
Yeah, he really is.
It's very comfy. Thank you.
Mr. Wizard, we have a few people that have been giving suggestions saying, I would love to see this. I would love to have this. Is there a spot in my head? I'm thinking Facebook group.
Go back to the one that,
and I think this is a very faithful overseas purchaser, just so you realize.
But that is such an interesting concept. The Halloween scent based on like diabetic. Instantly I'm thinking like the vibe or the feel of the movie 7, with Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Yep.
And like, I don't know, artwork of a female zombie nurse with a syringe. That's very, very interesting because it's hard. You know, my nursing knowledge, diabetic needles are not big. So they're very small needles.
Yeah.
A little artistic freedom.
Yeah. But man, Jeff, I don't know. I'd like to see a sketch of that one day just to see what your thought on that. That's a very interesting
I'd love to do that. Yeah.
idea.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So with that said, I'm guessing this would be your Facebook group, but do you have an outlet for people to share ideas with you guys? Because you only have so much time, only so much to do. I would assume the Facebook group would be the best spot to build that community and get ideas flowing.
Yeah. My main inspiration that I take for stuff throughout the community is from our Facebook group, the storytellers page, because there are just hundreds and hundreds of people and comments going on all the time. You know, a lot of the times if you're in that group and I need an ad creative of somebody using the hero for a product as an example, I'll say, hey guys, send me a picture of you with the hero out in the wild. And I may just pluck your image right out of there and then throw it on Facebook ads. You know, it's very much a community centered thing. And that's where we do most of our stuff in that
Cool.
way.
And guys, if you're just coming in, please keep helping each other out in the chat. We love that community. What you're going to look for, I know it says it's opening soon. There's going to be, it's a lock, like an image of a lock. Is that correct?
Yeah. In the top right-hand corner.
So top right-hand corner, there's a lock. And then what you are going to look for is what I have commented right here. You're going to put in the code, the password, end times, and anybody should be able to get in right now. Thank you, Tyler. Keep helping each other out. That would be fantastic. And, William, you commented about a minute ago here. So if you are close to now, you should be good to go. And I saw a question that I would love to touch on, but I forgot where it is. But yeah, so tell people real quick, how do they find the Facebook group? I got this highlighted, but
it's if you go to Facebook and you just search the Fable Beard Coast Storytellers group, you should be able to find it pretty easily that way.
Perfect. And I forgot what the comment is at here, but essentially someone asked, have you thought about using this certain movie? Would you make art from here? And I'm going to start the conversation, then kick it over to the wizard. They do not use any movies. They do not use any copyrighted material. The one thing that I really love and respect about Fable is it is 100% unique. It is 100% Jeff. It is 100% Fable. They don't have to worry about Disney coming for the Star Wars copyright and ending the company. They don't have to worry about these celebrities and using their likeness and eventually, or the family of a celebrity that has died and passed on, but they still own the rights to them. So that is one thing that they would not do. Now, maybe Jeff has something in the back of his head where he draws inspiration and gets style and features, but he would never make a Mandalorian art. And that's really unique and really, really important to Fable in a world of stealing copyrights and stealing other people's work. And I think that even more so for Jeff being an artist, even more so for Jeff being a top tier, well-respected, Emmy-nominated artist, that just kind of comes with it, that somebody else created that. And he has the respect to be able to kind of create that himself.
Well, how I personally feel on that too is at the end of the day, all of our characters, all of our scent profile is intellectual property. And we know how much work, time, effort that has gone into. Jeff has spent the last 30 years creating art to then create a character for us today. And all of that work and effort and time came into him developing his skill to create that character, not to mention the money and stuff that we put in for promotions. And we are on such a small scale with our company. I can only imagine how many lives and effort and time has been put into other people when they create intellectual property, you know, Disney, Marvel, things like that. I would never want to take that away from anybody and just use it for my own personal benefit at all.
Yeah. Right. Well said. Jeff, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, not much more to say. I would never step on anybody's shoes or take anything from somebody's unless we had a license for it, you know.
Right. And Jeff, you got any sketches to show us? Any completed yet? Anything people would love to see? And guys, just so you know, is that any sketches done during this stream.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that right there. We can get an applause in the chat. We can get some hyped up
while we're
emojis.
talking,
He did that not only while we're talking, he did that while he's talking.
Yeah.
So these are going to be thrown in the vault orders randomly for free as a giveaway. So you have to purchase, and it's just going to be randomly purchased. They said they're going to let the employees know back there to randomly put them in. So if you guys order, you may get something like that in there 100% for free as a giveaway. And the princess is chiming in here and says every beard has a story. They want to tell it, and they just want to embrace that idea that everybody has the story. So pretty amazing. So Jeff, that's sketch number 1 done.
Yeah, and I'm working on the second one right now.
I mean, we're gonna have to figure out a way.
All right, show that again, Jeff. Show that again.
I'm gonna have to like get a protector or figure out a way, because I would hate
maybe
a bottle to ruin that.
Slip.
That's just
ridiculous. And you're not using any reference point right now, right?
Well, I do have the bottles here because it's been a while since I did those, so I am kind of like refreshing my
okay. Because we've seen you do other stuff where it's just off the top of the dome where you're just going crazy. Like, to me, right? Because people will say like things to me like, man, I could never talk in front of a camera. And I'm like, oh, dude, it's easy. You learn it, you go through. I am that type of art dumb. Like, you don't want to see me draw. You don't want to hear me sing.
I want to see it.
And I'm not saying that to be like humble. No, like I'm awful. Like I'm really I can't color in the lines. My kids are legitimately better. Violet, I'll work Violet in some white drawing. Yeah. So Violet, you can settle down. I'll beat her. But my rest of my family members, they got me. So that's absurd that you can do that right now with a pencil. Like that is absolutely absurd. I can't even like wrap my mind around that.
I kind of miss the day of doing this. When I was working in effects, we would have so much render time. So you set up your shot, and then you'd have to hit render, and you'd have 2 hours to sit there and wait for your shot to render out to process. So me and my buddies that I used to work with, we would sit there and we'd have our sketch pads, and we were all artists, and we would just sit there and draw. It was just a blast. I kind of miss those days, but this is just fun to do this right now.
Yeah, and the kids love Jeff. They love Jeff. I think we're cool, we're good, but they like, Jeff has like the soul of like a kindergarten male teacher, and I don't. Colin does not. It's a unique soul that Jeff has.
Miss Lippy and Billy Madison.
Yeah, right. So he is.
Yeah, totally.
And I think we have a good time now, guys. If you have some specific questions for the Wizard or for Jeff, you guys get me all the time, but they are rarely live. They're rarely available. They're both very busy, and this is not their career like it is mine. So if you have some questions, I would love for you guys to drop those. And then if you could like direct it like Jeff and then question and then put it where you go through here. But do you ever think about making a once a year thing that people can buy every cent that's ever been released?
No. And I think the reason for that too is because I feel like that would kill the magic of Fable a little bit. When I think
collection.
When I think of Fable, I almost think of, each scent is a different story and a different feel. How would we feel? Let's take the show Friends, for example. People love that show. It was around for a long time. If that was to come back now, it almost feels like anytime anybody tries to bring back your favorite, right? Like it just gets destroyed in one way or another. And I don't want to do any injustice to that too. And people love those stories when they come out, and then they're gone, and they love those scents, and then they're gone. And there's just so much more to create. Like, Jeff's brain is just busting with ideas. Like Fable's going to be creating stories for years and years and years, and those characters are all different, and there's no reason why we need to just bring back old stuff.
Yeah, and that's one thing for me is that's really where Fable really stands out, right? There's an amazing abundance of companies out there. You guys know that. I love to highlight them. They love to support other companies, and uniqueness is key. There's so many different ways you can be unique. That storytelling, that art, man, there's nothing like it out there with an actual artist that does all these things. So cool. Do you guys still have t-shirts available, and what's the process for getting one of those?
We do have t-shirts. I just have been busy doing other things, so I haven't put the priority in putting them back up on the website, but I will talk with Sue about getting those up again. They are, keep in mind, right now, a print on demand service. So it does take extra time for those shirts to get there. Usually it's like a 7 to 14 day process to get shirts. So I'd love to, I just haven't dedicated the time to go like search for a local printing company to like do that on scale. Cause we've had other projects and stuff in mind, but
Cool. Awesome. And Tony, I know you've heard me. I didn't say rap. I said sing. I can rap. Don't you go there, Tony T. My rapping skills are phenomenal. Phenomenal. Dave says he asked if you were there, then I think figured out you were not, that you should be at SDCC in Artist Valley. Do you know what that is, Jeff?
Oh man, I wish I was there. San Diego Comic-Con. It's awesome.
Oh, okay.
Artist Alley, yeah. I've been
All
to
right,
many a Comic-Con and been in an artist alley and sold my work at conventions, and it's a blast. And
And I
that's one thing that we plan to do is be a part of those someday as
that's
Fable.
definitely part of the plan. Once we put more people in place here at the Fable headquarters, as we're growing, as we're able to free up more time for us to plan on other things, that is definitely in it. We plan to eventually host and just chill and go to a lot of the conventions and be part of those.
You guys can come out and meet them.
Yeah, as a fun thing to do.
Yeah,
very cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I love this comment by John right here. Every beard has a story, in my opinion, is by far the best marketing phrase in the industry.
That's why we got it trademarked.
Yeah.
I love how it is so true to you guys in the industry, right? It's about beards, but you are about storytelling.
Yeah.
I mean, that really is perfect. How did you settle all the different types of butters in your butter recipe?
Oh man, it's crazy because now it's like we've I don't know, I don't want to say master because that's not really the right word, but we've made products for so long now that it just kind of feels like, okay, let's come out with another character. But really there's all these products behind these characters, right?
Yep.
And a lot of that has come with testing over the years with influencers and like yourself and getting your feedback and input on what they are. And then really, at the end of the day, and I think a lot of other businesses can take this as a piece of advice is, you have to find something that you're comfortable with making, that you're comfortable with as a product and performance wise. And that's going to vary from person to person, but just stick with it. Focus on, other things of business. If you've got a good product that works, there's no need to just change formulas 100 different times and try to come up with the next best thing. Like focus on your own craft. Your customers appreciate it. And that way they know what to expect time and time again when they come back to your store.
Beautiful. And guys, we are going to get another giveaway going pretty soon. So if your question does not get highlighted and asked, please recycle it and come back again. Nobody's being ignored. It's just we keep the flow and the timing going. And Jeff, if you're comfortable with answering this, you said you were in Florida. Do you mind sharing what part of Florida, whatever you don't mind saying?
Oh yeah. I'm in St. Petersburg.
Okay.
Close to the beach, close to downtown. I love it there.
There you go. And guys and girls in the chat, whatever you feel comfortable with, drop a comment with your general location. If you're in the U.S., maybe state, maybe major city near you. If you're outside of the U.S., drop your country. I always think it's interesting to see where we get people from. And being a day stream, I bet we have even a bigger crop that's out on the other side of the world as well, which would be really cool. So if you don't mind, I'm from the Flint, Michigan area. Wizard, yep. Where's Fable located?
Fable is located in Nashville, Tennessee. We do like to keep the subset a little bit on the DL, but you can always schedule tours with the princess by emailing customer service. But we like those to be scheduled. Just give everybody the proper experience. It's kind of hard to do that when there's like, oh, hey, who's that? That's a little hard to do. So we want to make sure that experience is proper, but you can do that.
And I have a feeling we know the answer to this one, but do you worry about running out of scent combinations?
I don't think so. When, as we develop scents and make sense and deal with that, first of all, all of the fragrances that our suppliers and various suppliers do make, they're always in a constant state of change too. They're never just like, oh, we're going to create this one apple scent and create it for the next 30 years. They want to create something different. So there's never really there's an endless supply of products that we could buy, and two, really of variations that we can create within that subset too. So
for sure,
I really don't think that's probably ever going to happen unless they just, stop making other products related to the industry, which is never going to happen either.
Right. No doubt.
Yeah.
And Cameron, fantastic question and timing. I believe the princess is still watching, but the wizard will be able to take this for a bit. I thought you had mentioned something about the princess doing her own company,
Yes.
women's products. What's going on there?
Yeah, so originally we were going to just kind of do hey, let's just roll on with the same idea with Fable and then hit it for women's products and do different characters related in that way. But we didn't really feel like that did it justice. And we wanted to kind of find a new way to make things magical for the women's line. And one thing that we came across was that women specifically enjoy surprise boxes, right? There's so many different subscriptions out there, whether it's if you're into dog stuff and you do Bark Box and it's a new thing every single time, that sort of thing. So we wanted to bring that magic, and we've settled that we are going to do the women's line in a subscription only based service. And we don't know exactly the 100% of the details yet on how much and what's going to be in, but essentially we're going to try to focus each month on a different woman that we know out in life and different story, different character when it comes to the actual beauty products themselves. But we're also going to be including different things that we just think is really cool. You know, maybe it's a cool loofah, maybe it's a cookie created by somebody in our local area that tastes really great. And we're going to throw that in with something that fits with that, you know.
That sounds very specific.
We're going to have a set box, and we're just going to try to fill that box up at a set price point each and every month and just come out with new stuff every single month.
Perfect. Any hints at the end of the year tier rewards?
Well, I don't know. The princess just threw on the custom character at the end of that, so we might be changing that here pretty soon.
That's a big deal.
No, and you know, with the way that my brain works, just as a creator, I'm not a planner, and I feel like most of those great ideas just come from me just thinking right then. I probably won't develop those characters and or scents till probably like 6 or 7 weeks before the year ends.
Cool.
And then we'll come up with them. I'll be like, Jeff, give me this. And I'll be like, all right, cool. And it may be a scroll. It may be, well, we did the scroll already. I don't know. It'll come.
Something.
Yeah.
And G Squared said his wife is obsessed with surprise boxes.
See, That's you go.
Exactly what you're talking about. Jeff, do you sell work outside of this? Is there a store? Is there a website? Is there anything that people could check out your work?
I have a website I made with my buddy. We used to kind of do some stuff together, some freelance work. It's called ArtDimes, ARTDIMES.com. So if you want to see some other work that I've done, book illustrations and comic book art and stuff like that, you can reach me there. And I think that has my email on it. So if there's anything someone needed custom, you could always contact me through that website.
Very cool. Yeah. And are you calling yourself a perfect 10 in art? Are you a dime piece?
You know what? That's his thing. I wanted a different name actually.
So real quick question here from John. Who is the apprentice on the Fable YouTube channel? I actually asked him the same question yesterday.
Yeah. So the apprentice was and is, I guess, technically still an employee for Fable Beard Company. He worked with us about a little over a year ago now. His name is Andy. But when he started with us, he took the job under the impression that we knew that he was pursuing being a teacher, and he is a drama teacher. So he was like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. And I tried my best to keep him, but he wanted to pursue that dream. So we switched him up. He no longer was doing fulfillment and product stuff with us. And then he was doing YouTube related content for us. And basically he just comes in on the weekend, and we have a list of video ideas, and he could just hit record and go for it. And then I just upload the stuff. And he's been recently focusing on TikTok a little bit more, but he goes back to the school year here in about a week or so, and he'll just be coming back on the weekends for us. But that's the apprentice.
That's awesome. Jeff, do you have a personal favorite scent? I know the wizard does not.
You know what? I really like, I have quite a few actually. I really like the Scribe. I love that coffee scent. And then we have the Roaster, which is similar, but man, I love that coffee scent. And the newest one I wear a lot is Rocket, which is based on an employee here named Max, and he's a great guy. It just has this Milky Way, milk chocolate smell. It's just awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I use awesome a lot. Sorry.
David, that was Mountain Dew number 1 of the day, and no other plans, and switch to water. Yes, I did switch to water. And here's a great comment. I just want to say that I love your sense, and as crazy as it sounds, they helped me cope with a terrible move. And now that I left that area, I appreciate them even more.
That's
awesome.
Really, really cool there. All right, guys. And again, I'm not trying to skip any questions here, but we got about probably 50 of them. You see how crazy this chat gets? It gets. I'm glad some other human. I don't know if you're human or not. Is a wizard human?
Well, we can't say.
Okay,
sure.
all right. That's what I thought. But the chat gets crazy, you guys. People feel I'll get messages after stream like, "Why did you neglect me?" Why? I'm not. It's nuts. If you guys could see this explosion of a screen on this side, it is absolutely wild, man. Absolutely wild. And Andrew, I was involved on the teacher scent. It's general. I wasn't like, oh, I would like this specific fragrance with this one. I like citrus. I like fresh. I like refreshing scents. They nailed it. Same thing for the creator. The creator was actually a unique one because there was a monthly subscription scent that I loved, the Pokemon trainer. And I was like, hey, can we do something with that? And then made some slight adjustments and then kept that permanent. So each situation's different, but yeah, absolutely. I would never put my name to something that I wasn't involved with. And Jeff just, that's one of the more like humbling parts of the journeys when you have your likeliness, your likelihood, whatever, created by Jeff. It's like, whoa, freaky. And then he even like points out things you don't know. And it's like, man, are my eyes really that capped? Am I really that hooded of an eye? And it's like, Jeff has to like fully analyze people when he gets like Colin's eyes are like intimidate, right? He's got to like those crazy. Mine are like I'm under the influence of something while I'm not. I am fully not. I promise you that. But it's pretty crazy to see that going. Likeness. Thank you on that one. So yeah. Matt, I have 2 collaborations. I did not help out with the original base as far as I remember. Man,
No, that comes back to my statement before though. Like we set out in the beginning, we created a blend we liked, and we've stuck with it for 4 years. And the thing is, in business, not everybody you will never be able to get everybody to like everything you do.
Yep.
So don't try, right?
Yep.
Like come up with something you like. It worked well in my beard. A couple other people liked it. You liked it, and we're like, cool. This is just the way it's going to be.
Yeah. And the creator is similar to the Pokemon trainer, maybe a little bit more citrusier, and it's fantastic. So yeah, there is a lot of similarities there. And we'll do one more quick question, and then we'll get into the next giveaway, you guys. And we will have one more question and then giveaways, and then we'll come back to some questions and hopefully get out here before bedtime tonight. I know you probably don't have an exact answer, but do you have a guess at how many scents you have released, Mr. Wizard, with Fable Beard Co?
I want to say it's probably, I'm going to take a guess and say it's 119 at this point.
Wow. Okay.
Which is, it's bananas.
They call me triple dig double mash.
Is bananas, but
yeah, that's a new one. Yeah, Jeff, if you don't know, I got a couple nicknames on the streets. One of them's triple dig. I don't even know where that one came from, but the other one's double mash, because if you go to like a restaurant with me, if a side is mash and you get to pick 2, I'm going double mash.
Nice. I love it.
I gotta show you after stream, man. I don't think, but I got a tattoo over here.
Double mash?
No.
Oh.
But it is it's got a ghetto blaster, and I'm on the corner of Hart and Hoodrich, so we might share some past
there we go. All right, guys, we're gonna do our second giveaway of the night. This is for a Volt box. I'm gonna go ahead and pop over to that. This is what is I know, look how cool this is. So this is like the release. Yeah, right. That's the goal of art, right? So this is 4 different combos. Truly enjoy all 4 of these scents. I'm not just saying that. I don't. This is not in commission. Nothing on these. They are just literally all 4 of them fantastic. It is going for $100, and it's essentially a buy one get one free. Think about that. 4 combos, $100. You're talking about $12.50 a product here. Fantastic deal, and it's gone in 7 days. So if you like having my triple dig came from my rap career. Okay, that could be. Yeah, that could be. It sounds right. So if you're a collector, this is one that it will be gone for forever. The grower, Cody, yeah, that is we're going to come back to that question. I got a good question that will follow up with that. So we're going to give away this set right here. Somebody is going to get this one right away. Brad says cheaper than buy one, get one free. Hey, I'm not, he's a magician. I'm not a magician, but it took magic to make that deal. That was smooth.
Yeah,
that was good. So we're going to give one of these sets away right now, you guys. We have the bearded nurses in here right now. We got that going through. I should get a creator tattoo on my chest. Do it, man. I'll post that bad boy. You said tonight several times. Hey, it's tonight somewhere, right? No, I don't think I don't know the last time I've streamed during the day. So you're right. I'm used to just dropping that one. Dan's used to those late night streams. That's true. That is really true here. So I will put the link in the chat for the giveaway for today. Right now, all you got to do is sign up with your name and email. If you signed up earlier, you're good all night long. You're good all night long, you guys. You don't have to sign up again, but you do need to be here. So if your name pops up and you are not here, then we got to go to somebody else. We got to go to somebody else here. All right. Oh, there we go. I was wondering how I got over there. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay.
You dropped that on mine too, by the way.
What's that?
You dropped that on accident.
Of course I did. Oh my goodness. I'm used to having it split with me over there. Too funny.
Think about that.
No, I know. I logged in ID. I'm like, all right, we'll make it work. Okay, we're about to reveal. If you see your name on the screen, drop a comment pretty quickly, pretty clearly to know that it is you. Did you miss the link here? I will drop it in the proper chat location and give you guys about 25 seconds to be able to answer here. Hey, what's up, Beard Laws? How you doing, sir? He hit the 200th like. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you, man. And if you guys are watching, especially if you're trying to win something free, please consider hitting that thumbs up. It costs you nothing other than about 2 seconds of your time, and you're here anyway. So just hit that thumbs up. If something is said that you dislike, you can dislike it later. That's okay. But give us a chance now. All right. Give us a chance on this one. Okay. If you see your name on the screen, please drop a comment to claim your victory, and I will tell you the details for claiming your prize. Here is our potential winner. Do we have Corey B? Corey B, are you in the chat right now? If you are, say something, and this is your win. It looks like he's here, but we do need him to comment to claim that victory. All right, Austin, I'm going to get to your exact question in just a second here. So we're going to get some feedback on Fable. We'll come back around and give some information about the vault. But the other cool experience about this is that we get to have these two gentlemen in their studio. Is Corey here? He is here, you guys. Throw congrats in the chat for Corey. He has won. And we'll be able to ask some questions. And remind me at the very end, we got to get Jeff in here behind us so they can see all three on screen at once.
They don't believe it.
We got to make sure that's a different layer. That's a different level to that. So Corey, congratulations, dude. I am going to put up the banner at the bottom. Actually, it's going to be right here. So no codes needed. Email customer service at fablebeardco.com to claim your winnings. And please go with the email that you signed up with. So if they would like to verify, they're going to have that. So it's not somebody being like, oh yeah, I'm Corey here. So we got that one. Boom.
The wizard's got to use the restroom.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I'm gonna break the fourth dimension.
I have only used the restroom once in stream history. Oh, he just hit the hit the smoke. I forgot to do it on the giveaway, didn't I? Dang, that's okay. He made it up for us on that one. Okay. So Corey, take a screenshot right there as we go through. And Beard Laws, he is drawing right now. Yes, he is right now. And Jeff, you want to show what you're working on at this moment?
Well,
Did you finish the second one?
Yes, I did. Can you hear me okay?
Perfectly.
Okay. I did this profile of the famine.
Look at that.
You see that?
That is silly.
With some kind of war clouds of smoke behind him.
Man, that is so cool. So cool. Golly. And what are you starting now?
I'm starting war now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You finished another one. And if you guys are just coming in, those live sketches are going to be thrown into the vault orders randomly for free as a giveaway. So if you order in the next week, They're just randomly going to be placed into those boxes, and someone's going to get a 1-of-1 sketch from Jeff, the artist. I'm assuming he'll sign it. It's going to be the real deal. The Wizard's going to work some magic to make sure it gets to you guys safely.
Yes.
Even amongst tragedy, maybe it'll be, I don't know, laminated, protect, somehow, some way it'll go. All right, question for everybody in the chat. We asked Jeff earlier, and I'll answer, then the Wizard will give a wizardly answer. What is your number one favorite Fable scent of all time? If you had to stick with one forever, you could only keep one. It could be a seasonal. It could be any one that has been made by them. What would be your one? My 2 and 3 would be the teacher and the creator, but my number one is Sam's answer as well. I would have to go with the grower, which is from the CBD line. It's an apple, pear, slight little cologne in there, but it's the grower, and it's not even really close for me, you guys. It's magical. I have it in right now. When I put it in, Sam will come across I could see like a commercial like that. I put it in, Sam will be in the basement. What? Hey, grower? And she doesn't, Sam loves a lot of beard oils. She doesn't know 99.9 of them by name. She'll say, "Ooh, that smells nice." When I put in the grower, she doesn't say that. She goes, "Grower?" I say, "Yes." So that's a true story. You can check with her on that one. So we got Jeff's answer. Check the chat. If you guys are looking for new scents to try out there, you see all the ones that they have going. Mr. Wizard, what is your favorite Fable scent ever created?
Knowing that she loves that so much, and since you are here, we might have to make you a grower cologne that doesn't exist. To just
that would be amazing.
So she could use a room spray.
Yes, several, please.
Yeah.
She would spray our sheets with it. She would that's amazing. It's literally, I'll put it on and she goes, "The grower." And if she's like in a bad mood or anything like that, I will put on the grower because I know it cheers her up so much.
All right, so I'm gonna go with 2. I'm gonna go with 1 from the regular line, and I'm gonna go 1 seasonal.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick with the OG answer of the gunslinger for the original line.
Interesting.
Because the gunslinger is so versatile and it has like a chameleon aspect that, depending on the time of year, even depending on, like, I want to say it's even as crazy as your stress levels.
Wow.
The gunslinger can change just a little bit. And then with the seasonal line, I'm gonna go with the lumberjack. And the reason is that maple smell. I can't tell you, it is the most complimented scent on, not directly, but in public, that I ever get. I can't wear the lumberjack without me hearing somebody like at Dick's Sporting Goods just like, something smells like pancakes. And I'm like,
that smells amazing.
Me. That's me. It's totally me.
That's too funny.
Definitely the lumberjack.
Awesome. We got Kevin Wilson's wife in here. Shout out to Kevin and his wife. And Mark says, "Are you sure Sam's not currently rating?" No. So she actually just sent me an update picture. This is Sam's current status. Violet is our little domestic terrorist, and she is sleeping. And she made the comment that she sleeps like Maddox. Our son Jax sleeps like an angel. He is like the cutest. He's not like cute or sweet in real life, but like when he sleeps, he's real silent, real adorable. Maddox and Violet sleep with their mouth wide open, and they look terrible. So no, they're sleeping. It's going really well. They're having a lot of fun. Our Violet is truly a handful to a level most people would not be able to comprehend or understand. But Sam is doing a lot of great planning and finding like indoor places to go to because the heat's real. Like it's real. Today actually hasn't been too bad yet, even though it's said like 95. The previous days seemed way worse. But it was probably just, it was earlier. So that would make a lot of sense.
I just requested the Rocket to make 6 grower colognes while we're in here. So.
Yes, please. Thank you, Rocket. Thank you. And yeah, guys, we can go ahead and get back to some questions. If you guys have any Vault specific questions, please make sure you ask those as well, because that's why we're here. Partly, I mean, it's cool to be able to do this as well. But Jeff, you said you worked on Angel and Buffy. What did you do, and what were some of your favorite moments, memories? I loved the shows growing up. A lot of people commented about loving those shows.
Yeah, you know what? I fell in love with those shows. I mean, I could tell you a really long story, but I'll make it really quick and short. But I was a huge fan of Buffy when it came out, and I really wanted to work on that and got an agent, and he happened to know the guy that was the producer of the show, of the effects.
and mentioned me, and I had actually done some storyboards and for the show through another one of my visual effects producers at one time. And when he said to the effects producer on Buffy, hey, there's this guy I'm representing, his name's Jeff West, and he really wants to work on Buffy. And he goes, Jeff West? I'm like, yeah. He goes, I have his storyboards framed on my wall. So it was like a no-brainer. I was there like a week later, and I worked from the end of season 3, I think, all the way to the end of season 7.
Wow.
And it was just a blast. To be able to go to the set was just a dream come true, and actually talk to them and get to know them. They were all just awesome people. They were so friendly to me, so nice. And I got the pictures with them. I got to hang out with them for days on end sometimes. It was just awesome. And then some of the fun effects I got to do that were really iconic was I met Joss Whedon, and he wanted me personally to do the very last episode of Buffy. If you watch the show, the very end of the credits had the Arg, the little paper thing that walks across the screen. It's like this little zombie that Joss drew, and that was his logo every time the show would end. But he said he wanted me to animate the little zombie guy to turn towards the camera and say Arg at the end. So I actually got to do that for him, which was really cool.
But I got to do
I got to do the death of Buffy and the resurrection of Buffy at one point, and it was just way too many memories. Great memories.
So you were trying to get in with like a connection of like this dream job, but on the other side of the tunnel, you were their dream artist. That's
I don't
wild.
know about that, but yeah, it worked out good.
That's wild. Martin, CBD is an ingredient that comes from the hemp plant, the cannabis hemp plant, and it's fantastic for anti-inflammations, kind of its main quality to it. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And that's a separate website. And I'm going to frame this to the wizard in a more general way, because we could go on and on about specific things like soaps and hats and all this stuff. Generally speaking, do you guys right now have plans for more product types that you're going to add to the Fable lineup?
Yeah, of course. I just think, again, it comes to priority of project. We don't want to come out with a product that we just don't like. So we're testing stuff all the time. And really, it's just like we have such a narrow time window with everything that we do. And however, because like even at our Halloween and fall season, we have a total of 12 characters coming out for the Halloween and fall season. And a lot of those are new. So like there comes time with like scent creation and preparation and stuff like that just doesn't really allow for time to like, hey, let's create a bar of soap.
Right.
But eventually, yeah, I mean, like we say that all the time, but like we haven't even done combs or brushes or like anything,
Yep.
But people are loving the characters, so we're just going to focus on the things that they love and come out with little things as we can.
And I think that's a good lesson in there for individuals, for companies, focusing on what you can do and not trying to take on too much and diluting what you do. So for sure. In the same kind of way, pivoting over to Jeff, within Fable, do you have any? So you've got the products, you've got the trading cards, you have the postcards, you have the stories. Do you have any things, and I know this, but do you have any things that you would love to see, or you've talked about, you've discussed with the wizard and the princess for taking your art in bigger, more different ways with Fable?
Oh yeah. I mean, Colin and I have talked so many times about things we want to do, especially cartoons and comics and even animation. And now that we've seen the screen and the potential we have and the opportunities with this new screen thing, it's going to be awesome. So yeah, I think, eventually over time, there's so many things we want to do, and as time permits, we'll get to those things.
Yeah, and I think also not only necessarily time, as we scale with these new things, the larger our business grows, the more support we get, the more we're able to invest back in that business. And that would include people like Jeff being able to direct people to do art that he wants them to do underneath him, as we grow. And the bigger the company gets, the more that kind of stuff we can do. And that just becomes with more body and people. But right now, it's the princess doing organization. It's our employees doing the fulfillment, and it's me and Jeff coming up with the ideas and the content. And until we can scale to the point where it's not just us, we can only do so much at one time.
Yeah, 3D printer would be sick.
Oh,
To
yeah.
be able to turn that would be, because I know you love the sculptures and the characters.
Yeah.
3D
Yeah,
printer
but don't
program
those take
that.
like 48 hours to like make one thing?
I don't know. I don't know here. And Turtle Green, stay tuned. We talked about it earlier, but the princess will be launching her own. Is it her own company, her own site? What would you call it?
I would say it's her own company.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
FableBeautySupply.com, and it's her ideas. It's her what she wants to do. So I obviously give my input, but she's been the brainchild of almost every great idea we've ever done with Fable. So there's no reason why she can't take on something like that and succeed really well with it.
I agree. How long and long lasting and potent? So I would say that Fable, on a scale of 1 to 10 for long lasting and for how strong or potent they are, would be a 7.5. They are 100% legal. They are not those overbearing, like in your face. You walk into a mall and people 2 stores over smell you, and you run the risk of burning and irritation. But they are not a weak scented company. And it all depends on preference, right? I'm not saying that as like a braggadocious way for Fable. It's just true. They're on the medium strong side of strength and longevity.
Yeah, I think through the 4 years, 120 plus cents we've created, over hundreds of thousands of orders. We've had maybe less than 20 people ever complain about an issue with a burning or redness that went away within 12 hours of them stopping to use the product, and we exchanged it for them. Like, we just don't have that as an issue.
Yeah. And Ryan's such a huge fan of Fable, so I'd love for you to touch on this. Dr. Sleep, anything you want to touch on with that?
Yeah, so right now, if you go to Fable Beard Co. and you purchase a Fable subscription kit of our normal products, you can even just get a plain oil. All the way up until the 25th of this month, you will get the Reaper and 2 scent samples of an upcoming character, Dr. Sleep. And we're gaining feedback from our Facebook group, and we're sending out polls on emails and whatnot of which scent profile you guys like better. And then that is going to be our dedicated line. And we're also planning to come out with a new product for nighttime related stuff that goes along with that. But nighttime is one of those scent profiles that gets thrown around a lot, and people are really, really passionate about what they expect out of a nighttime scent. So we want to make sure we do it justice by saying, hey, now the responsibility is you pick it.
Yep. And Matt, that is correct. We have the vault. Let's go ahead and show that real quick in case anybody new just came in here. It is $100, and I believe somebody said for their shipping it was $5.99.
Okay.
And you are getting 4 oils, 4 butters. This is open for 1 week, you guys. After that, it is gone. Not only is it the 4 oils and butters, it's the custom limited arts with the story here. And again, if you guys missed it, the backstory of this vault release is that this was the first idea by the wizard at that point, known as Colin, for a company. He thought it could be the 4 Horsemen Beard Co. And then the princess came in and said, wouldn't that limit us? And what do you think? And now it's kind of cool to see both of those worlds being blended. And I believe the answer is no to this. There are no changes, no substitutes for the vault. It is what it is, kind of thing for right now.
Yeah, and we feel for especially for collectors, and just it's just crazy to even think, but like we have to think about our secondary markets when we come out with a product sometimes. So it wouldn't be fair to anybody who got in on the experience, who signed up beforehand, who waited, who purchased it, for them to just 2 weeks from now be like, oh yeah, War's a really great zone profile. Everybody loves it, and let's capitalize on that and just come out with it. That's just wrong in my opinion. So we just drop it and roll on to the next.
In the future, do you guys I know you talked about Comic-Con. Do you have any plans to be at different events like beard competitions or anything like that?
I think for us, the most important thing is the user experience and the story behind our characters. And if it's not a way that we can expand on bringing those characters to life or telling more of that story, then it's probably not going to be for us. We respect the beard competitions and stuff like that, and it's a really cool scene to get into. But I just don't see how we could tell more of the Fable story just by appearing in that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, maybe we're gonna maybe do some Comic-Con type stuff, because then we can, potentially bring out a cosplayer to actually dress as a character,
be
maybe
cool.
interact with people.
Your own.
Yeah, or have Jeff doing caricatures like on the fly type of stuff. But unless it expands on the Fable story, we'd rather just keep that direct to consumer experience rather than just like sponsoring events.
Awesome. And a lot of people have said this, but a Fable mobile game or
Yeah.
video game, that would be so cool with the actual characters.
Yeah, we actually have plans of actually doing something like that. We've
Yeah.
already been in development of a mobile app to bring the stories to life inside. And I think the more work we do with the studio and our producer and our director, and just the creative behind all of that, I think we can expand on that much easier and plug and play some more stuff into that realm. But definitely mobile app is coming soon, not just to shop on. You're gonna be
Super
able
cool.
to play.
Fitness down below, you see the password is end times. So hop on there. There'll be a lock in the top right hand corner, and yeah, you will be good to go. Is there a subscription box this month, or does that replace because of the vault?
Yeah, there's a subscription every single month. We already have it made. You guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be the last summer scent.
The one I smelled today?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a Dan C scent, by the way,
Yeah,
guys. Yeah. That one's good. Love this question, Paul. Where's the weirdest place you have found either like the black or red, like crinkle cut fries?
Yeah. So the strangest place I've found that is in my nose.
Oh,
And
What?
I say that because especially when orders get flying in here, the dust actually becomes part of your nose. So I'll blow my nose sometimes after some order fulfillment, and they'll just be like red dust in my nose.
so much, man. So funny. And a lot of people, again, you guys are offering suggestions out there. Join their Storytellers Facebook group. That's going to be the best place to get that conversation going, get that feedback out there. But I will say, like a bourbon set, they have the Distiller, which is a bourbon set.
Yeah, we have passed well over 500 5-star reviews just on the oil by itself as a product. So anything on our website we separate, so it's not one oil is the review for all the oils in all the scents. It's individualized, and we're up to over 17,000 5-star reviews now on our stuff.
That's awesome.
And the Distiller is still the top seller year after year on the website. It's sorted by best sold, and I don't touch it, and the people love the Distiller.
That's awesome. I don't personally, but I don't like those scents. I don't drink the whiskey or anything, but
I don't wear it as much either.
Yeah,
to be honest.
and there's a lot of people that love it.
Yeah.
And old man, I'll kind of start the conversation on this. Fable, one thing I respect is they really are focused on themselves. They're not focused on other companies and what they're doing or anything like that. So I'm assuming, as I kick it over to Colin, that in like the most respectful way possible, no, they don't have any interest in collaborating with other brands. And from my personal experience with working with a lot of brands, is it doesn't usually stand the test of time.
No.
Usually they'll meet up at similar points. One company goes forward, one company goes backwards, stuff changes, one goes out of business, there's complications in working together. I've not really thought of a time where two beard companies work together and it stood that test of time.
I would agree. A lot of it's really hard to do. I will say that if we were ever to do some sort of a collaboration project, there would be one company. It would be Ruddy Man Grooming, and I'll say that would
Monday Commands Corner.
We share a very strong love for each other as people, as business owners, and just values and core values and family. I would consider him a true friend. If we ever did have a product that we worked on together, it would be with him. But other than that, there are never going to be any plans.
That's awesome. Yeah, Ready Man will be on Monday Commands Corner. We're live every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern, but most of you know that already. Kevin, great question. Thanks for asking. A lot of people have asked me this on any trip that we do. I would love to meet all of you guys. We do meetups in Florida every year. Jeff, you'll have to come to the next one. We've done 3 now, and they're huge. We have companies. We actually we always have at Disney. We always have Fable products that we're throwing out. Last year, me and the barber, Dave, we literally went around Disney and we were passing out our collab oils to people. But yeah, we probably 50 people at the meetup last year. We did we do meetups all over the place, but on the road, no, Kevin, unfortunately it's next to impossible with our daughter. Our driving is entirely based on her napping, her mood, her hunger. So if she's sleeping, we are going. Period. I don't care if you have to pee. I don't care if you got to go number 2. I don't care if you're hungry.
Gotta bust out the bottle.
Yep, we are going. If she's grumpy, we're stopping. So and she's 2 years old. So we base it off that. So just for that reason, we never, ever, ever make plans along the way because we don't want to be like, oh, we got to stop here. And it's really the priority is the family's sanity. So no, that will not likely ever happen along the way just for that reason. In a few years from now, it's possible. Who knows where that's going to go. So yeah, I am, I'd love to meet all you guys. Just kind of stay tuned for those meetups. And speaking of that, and if you guys have more questions, just keep those in mind. Let's go ahead and get to our another giveaway here. We have 2 more giveaways, guys. We have our last Volt box that we're going to do. We got all 4 oils that we're going to be given and all 4 butters. They're over there. Those are just a lot harder to hold. Yeah. And so some of you are going to win these and you're going to get it just like you were purchasing the box. And this is strictly from the Wizard and Fable and the Princess saying thank you guys for supporting them, supporting the stream. It's been over 4 years of Fable Beard Co.
And, I felt, I don't know how if I can explain this anymore, but I feel like what we experienced yesterday is almost going to feel like the start of what Fable
that was crazy
can actually become.
Crazy.
It's going to be crazy coming up.
Great. You can't, pictures didn't do it justice. Video doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
It was absolutely crazy.
Yep.
So in the chat, you guys, I put on a comment for entering the giveaways. If you already entered tonight, you are all set. You don't have to enter again. All you got to do though, if you just came in, is click the link, put in your name, your email address. You need to be subscribed so you can comment. And if you see your name on the screen, drop a comment and this victory is yours here. And that's as simple as that. You'll claim it afterwards. And this is all by Fable. You will get it shipped to your house or your P.O. box, whatever you would like, completely free. What do Wizards have? They got any mail situation? I know we get like owls and stuff. Yeah, something going on. All right.
The post.
There we go. I like that. Okay. I know for sure this person is in here. They are a massive supporter, friend of mine of the channel, but also a very big fan of Fable here. And the food's been really good. Thank you for asking, NB.
Yeah, food's great here.
It is. They have a lot of gluten-free options for us, which is awesome. So that's been good. The Wizard did some magic and whipped us up some steaks the first night, which were fantastic. So it's been really good. We like trying new things. Sam has been obsessed with a coffee place. We went to breakfast this morning. She stopped to get a coffee on the way to breakfast before breakfast.
Where'd you go to breakfast?
Oh man, I took a picture, had a chicken in the background behind me.
A chicken?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it here because I wanted to tell you because we were going to go to some griddle place, but then we decided, another
Ruby Sunshine?
No, another Broken Egg Cafe.
I've never even heard of that.
Sam is a researching fool.
I've lived here for 2 years. I have no idea what you're talking about.
But no, David, you're right. We're still on the hunt for good gluten-free donuts. They were awful.
Is that downtown?
So they have one downtown, but we did not go to the one downtown. This one was, I don't even know where it was. Some other place. Wow. And it was really an entire gluten-free menu from pancakes to you name it. It was awesome. So yeah, it was, if you guys are in the Nashville area, another Broken Egg Cafe.
See, I work too much.
Mm-hmm.
I just
So it was good. Yep. Really, really good. Okay. So here we go. We got ABC as the best. Didn't know it. And it was like empty. It was really weird.
What's ABC?
I think another Broken Egg Cafe. He maybe forgot an E in there. Could be. All right. So
our Wizard, let's go.
Yeah. If you see your name on the screen, please drop a comment. I would be shocked if this person left right now. But let's see if they are here. And then once we see them comment, go ahead and congratulate them, but not until they comment because they got to be here. Otherwise, we got to re-roll. Do we have Mark, aka Beards and Vinyl, in the chat right now? Again, I have a feeling that they were excited about this stream. I think they may have been the first person to comment on the stream. So we are excited. Okay. So another Broken Egg is a chain and a good one. I did not know that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really good. at Dream Bakery. Okay, I'll have to check that one out. All right, Mark is here. You guys congratulate him. My wife has a gluten allergy. Yeah, so my entire family, other than Sam, has full-blown celiacs. And she's recently started at home bakery to help out others. Oh, very cool. You might have to reach out to me, but we love gluten-free everything. But the only thing that has eluded us is gluten-free donuts. They do not exist that are donuts. Let me say what I mean by that. And Mark, let me put up the comment so you can claim your victory. Boom, right there. I'm sure you know that already, Mark. But essentially what gluten-free donuts are, and we've tried them in Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Florida, Illinois, Connecticut, you name it. We've tried them. They are shaped cakes that are in the shape of a donut. That's it. Gluten-free cake shaped in a donut, and that's not a donut. A donut's deep fried. It's got that structure to it. And these were like mushy muffins trying to be cake shaped in a circle.
Isn't a donut shaped cake a bunt cake?
It sounds like it. Yeah, I can't eat those things, so that makes a lot of sense on that one. And our last giveaway, guys, that we will end with, and I would say probably 10, 15 minutes ish here, is going to be the $500 Mega Box giveaway. $500 Mega Box giveaway. All right, Mr. Jeff, the artist, did you finish another sketch for us?
I did War.
Okay. Wow, that is silly. And
whoops, this
there's no tracing there.
No tracing.
So with those,
he's got a mechanical pencil.
Is that true?
Yeah, the princess just went to Target and got me some
one from Target.
Hold up. Show that again. Show that again. This is
that's what we used to make beats with.
This is the tool that he used. All right. Hold up that art and hold the pencil next to it. This is absurd. You don't even realize it, Jeff. This is absurd, man. He created that with that. What? Oh my gosh. That's like filming a YouTube video with like a tin can and a string as your mic. Like, that's silly.
So a side note, Mark is going to go ahead and give that giveaway away to someone else because he technically is a moderator for us. He didn't feel good about that.
Wow.
So I'm going to hook him up on the fly, but you could go ahead and throw another.
Wow. One. Okay. Hey, same deal. We are going to run that bad boy back again. Mark is awesome. And if you see your name on the screen, you have won the giveaway. You're going to get the vault giveaway down here. That is so cool. Let me take this off real quick. I love that. Super generous, Mark. That's awesome, man. And let's see. This person is here. I just saw them comment just a second ago. They had a funny comment, actually, when you mentioned Ruddy, man. This will like get them excited because they'll probably know who they are. They said, I'm ready for that. All right. Let's see if they are here. Are you in the stream? And I think they just said, that's freaky. I'll even highlight their name. The drama, the suspense. Troy H with the win. Troy, go ahead and comment, but I believe he had another comment right here. Boom. He said, awesome artwork. That's a very positive supporting comment. And then look at this right here. Dan, I have to say, I like these better midday. I always miss these.
Well,
dude, now you like it even more. What the heck? Guys, throw a congrats in the chat to Troy. That is so cool. Troy, you won, man. Congratulations, dude. I'm sure you like that stream even more. Wow. And Troy, I'll put the directions down below right there, and I will replace Mark's name with Troy's. Keep it official as a whistle. Boom.
That's an interesting question, though. Since you are full-time now, are there any thoughts on changing the times of any of your streams?
So yeah, great question. My Monday, Wednesday, Sunday streams will never change. Those are 9 p.m. Eastern forever. I am as consistent as a consistent man. I couldn't think of an analogy there. So I'm super consistent, but I will be adding a lot of day streams. I'm doing an interview series that's going to start. I will also be doing my beard topics stream that many of you know, and I will be doing other just random streams when I want to, starting in the fall. The summer is I'm doing a lot of work, working my butt off, loving every second of it. But every other moment I have is dedicated to my family because it is their summer vacation. So once they start going off to school in the fall, yes, I will be live a lot during a day as we go through. So that's going to be a big one. And I know the time differences kill people. That is literally one of the reasons why I will be trying to do different streams. I'm going to be doing streams at 3 a.m. I'm going to do streams at 10 a.m. I'm going to be doing them all different times with the purpose of reaching different time zones. My number 2 viewed country for my channel is India, and it's not even close. So I'm trying to reach people all over I can. I'm very, very excited.
You know,
Price says thanks.
Mr. Beast does
I know
dubbing of the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually found that one. I'm in talks with them to get that. I actually found another one. This one's kind of freaky, by the way. There is another company that created AI technology that you have to train by just reading like so many minutes of stuff and saying like, hello, Jeff, you look very handsome today. And like say these things. And then it learns your mannerisms. It will go in and not only take the dubbing of the video that you filmed, it will change your mouth to match the language that it translates it to.
Creepy.
Wow.
So the difference with Mr. Beast is Mr. Beast gets like people from that country or from that language to do it. This one is AI technology that changes your mouth to make it look like you're speaking that language.
Wow.
And you don't even have to refilm the video. If you upload a YouTube video and then you send it over, it's a cost, of course, but you upload it on this new program, it will change your mouth. Like you ever seen those deep fake videos?
Yeah.
Like Joe Rogan has some of them. I'm like, whoa, thank you, Dustin. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, please reach out. And we get to go driving home from the hospital. And my son, oh man, I hope everything's good there, Dustin. As it's going through, that is really cool. Really, really cool on there. So we got Cracker Jacked, which is Dustin, and then Dustin driving home for his first podcast. That's what I want. I want to reach people in different times. It is kind of terrifying. They did clarify that if you actually really look carefully, you'll be able to tell the difference. So that makes sense. And great question here. I wanted to be able to plug Jeff as much as possible because this is such a cool, unique experience. Jeff, do you have Instagram? Do you have ways for people to see your work other than your website to reach out to you? Plug it.
Yeah. I have my Instagram is at Jeff West's Art plural. Yeah. And then I have my Facebook. You can always look me up on Facebook too.
Okay. So West with one S after it.
I have to have a selfish plug for the wizard here. I'm sure this goes without saying, but you never know. Jeff is a dedicated Fable beard company artist. So any of the other beard companies out there, but he does do commission work from time to time, which we want to support too. But Jeff does also, he is getting busier and busier as we get busier and busier too. So
that's awesome.
Excited for the fall season. I think I've done some of my best work for this new Halloween stuff and fall stuff that's coming out. It's going to blow you away, I think.
And around that same time, you might see Fable in another Facebook group, Command's Corner. They will be around. I don't remember the specific details, but Fable really enjoys the Halloween fall season for many, many reasons. You'll see some Command's Corners. You'll be seeing Fable sponsoring the Facebook group. So we are excited. The mayor is really starting to dig in and work. He had a call with the wizard and was just raving and excited afterwards. So it's going to be pretty cool to see that take off, you guys. So, and it's not only Colin, it's Jeff's work that's going to be in the group and everything. So very, very exciting. I absolutely love that as we go through. Halloween art is, it's amazing and the best season of the year, by the way.
Absolutely.
My favorite by far here. And guys, we do have one more giveaway to do it. That $500 Fable mystery box. You might get some butter, some oil, some conditioners. You don't know what's going to be in there. It could be something random that was a seasonal or a one-off, and they had some extra, and it's going to drop in there. All right, Colin, one more time with the vault. What details do you want people to know that just came in? And then also people that have been here the whole time and want kind of that last thought on the next 7 days for this Fable vault.
Yeah, so we wanted to make sure it was affordable for everybody. We wanted to do something really cool and do it justice. And the Fable Vault exclusive this time is the original company idea that we had for Fable Beard Company. It was going to be the Four Horsemen Beard Company, and we were going to come out with the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and that was kind of going to be it. And the princess chimed in and said, "Hey, what's going to happen after that?" I'm like, "You know what? That's a great idea." And she said, "Why don't you just do stories?" And I'm like, "All right, let's call it Fable." And that's kind of how the story went. But we do these vault releases once, maybe twice a year at the most, and they are exclusive, and they never come back. If you're interested in doing this and you want to pick it up, it is a great price. It's 4 oil and butter combos for $100, which they're normally $36 a piece for the oil butter combos by themselves. We do have Sezzle as an available checkout option, so you can do a buy now, pay later on that too. Plus the artwork is just really cool, even if you want to display the artwork, and you're not really into the scents. Plus, there also is a secondary market on our Facebook group too. If you buy it and you don't like it, chances are somebody that missed it is going to want it, and you might even be able to get your money back out of it. So it's just really cool. I'm proud of it.
Awesome. And Jeff, you got some new Instagram followers, and then someone said, "Happy late birthday." When was your birthday, Jeff?
Oh, June 24th.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So happy belated birthday. And
Thanks.
then question. So there are humans on this planet, multiple of them, that have your work tattooed on their body forever. Is that something that's pretty cool? What's the emotion that you attach to that?
Man, that's such an honor for me to have people do that. It's so cool. I love seeing it. I want to see more. It's awesome. I can't even describe it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And John, I don't believe so. I believe it is a separate shop, and you're not able to use those rewards for this. It is a vault release. It's something totally different.
Yep.
So, not able to go on there. And guys, I think we're about to wrap this bad boy up here. Snag that. There's a link in the description. This video will stay up. You don't have to do this now. It's a week if you don't get paid till will it go through next Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have some time. I know a lot of people got paid today, but it's pretty dang cool. And I will say from the bottom of my heart, I enjoy all 4 of these scents. I just told you I don't like the distiller. I won't wear the distiller. It's their #1 selling oil, and I don't like it
either.
Right? I genuinely enjoy all 4 of these. They're really good. If I had to pick one, it's Conquest. Conquest is fantastic. But yeah, it's really good, you guys, on here. And let's go ahead and let me drop the link one more time for the giveaways. I'm actually first going to drop the link for the Fable daily, weekly, monthly giveaways. And Colin, while I got that, what's the deal with your Fable one that I'm putting in the chat right now?
Yeah, so when we were thinking about ways to help people out, we've always been really big proponent of giveaways in general. But we really kind of wanted to create a streamlined system for it. So we created this landing page on our website. And if you enter your email address, you get put into a specific list on our email marketing platform. And the Gym Bunny, our customer service representative, goes in once a day and picks someone at random from the list to win an oil and butter combo kit of their choice. She goes in once a week and picks out a winner for an ultimate bundle. And she then picks out one winner every single month for a $500 mega box. And we figured that way, if you want to try out our products and don't really, want to put up the money for it, and you're just interested in like getting in on that giveaway, then, you can have a chance to do that. So
no purchase necessary. You just put in an email,
Yep.
and that's it. That's
it.
really cool. So might as well do it, even if you're a customer,
Yeah.
Awesome. And I'll put the link in the chat right now for the last giveaway on this stream. If you signed up earlier, you are good to go. And Scott, they're helping you out in the chat. There's a little lock in the top right-hand corner, and you're going to put in there end time, scrolling down at the bottom, all caps, and that'll get you access to the vault from this stream here. When you do those daily ones, are there any country restrictions?
No.
Nope. There you go, Toby. Toby's always rocking from the other side of the pond. He's got to have a crazy schedule. He's always coming in here. So many of you, man. I love that. It's so cool to connect with all the different parts of the world. Yeah. And like Monday night, we had someone from Cyprus. I'm like, that island's smaller than the town of Nashville, and they're in on a stream. Like, that's Absolutely crazy. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and draw this last winner. Again, I don't know if I can build this up enough, but we're doing a $500 mega box giveaway.
Yep.
That means it is going to be random products in there in a little like secret. Wizard can't tell you this, but a little secret. It's actually usually way more than $500 value if you add it up.
That's because I just throw in a whole bunch of stuff and I don't ever pay attention.
Yeah, everyone that's got it to me has been like blown away, like, whoa, this is amazing. And there are likely people in the chat right now that have won a $500 mega box giveaway, and 10 out of 10 times they come back and say, this just makes me love Fable even more, come back to purchase even more. And they know that appreciation. So
I will say the
so
$500 sounds cool, but really, actually, if you think about it, a lot of the times the boxes end up being a year's supply of beard oil,
right?
Or beard products.
Absolutely. 12, most beards are going to use about 12 oils a year. You're going to use maybe 10 butters. It's so cool to see that happen. Okay. If you see your name on the screen, please drop a comment. If they're not here, we've been perfect so far. No pressure. If they're not here, we re-roll and somebody else will get a chance to win, and we'll see if they are here. Drum roll, please. Do we have Barry Dolan?
Man.
Is it a moderator?
No,
okay.
It's not. He is just an insanely loyal Fable purchaser.
That's awesome. Is that
through and through?
We discussed someone who purchased separately like 143 purchases. That's so crazy and so awesome at the same time. And I know you guys have a lot of those type of faithful collectors and purchasers, but let's see if they are out there. Barry Dolan, are you in the building? Because you're about to be doling in some beard products right now. As long as you comment, though. I see his name is in the chat. Let's see. Does he have a custom scent? The Lich?
No, that's a different person.
Okay, that's a different person. All right, I have not seen Barry. Let me know if you guys see Barry there. Wow, yeah, Barry is definitely just to put the competitive spirit on Barry. You might be a couple of off the top orderee, but hey, you can get that. I'm just kidding, Barry. All right, I have not. Oh, that's David Barry is the one. No, not too late, Barry. You have claimed it, man. You have won. Congratulations, dude. Everybody in the chat, throw a congrats to Barry out there. Barry, I will put up the comment in a second. Essentially, you're going to reach out to Fable. They have your information.
We have to. I'm going to hook up Barry, but the Wizard's a boob and doesn't know who his own people are. He is a moderator for me too. So we're going to do another reroll.
Hey, don't leave, you guys. Don't leave. We are doing another reroll on
in our group chat. They give each other nicknames, so I don't really know everyone by the full all the time.
Wow. Yeah. Hey. Show some hype in the chat right now. We're doing another $500 mystery box giveaway. That is so cool. Oh man. Yeah. If it's a moderator, who knows? That's okay. We like the support. That means they're here. That means they're in with the company. And this person's been commenting all over the place tonight. So
the princess just sent me a text message. This is funny. When we were out at dinner last night, they were like, how many? I was like, oh yeah, 4. And we went out to dinner and they're like 4. And then we get to the table and she's like, where's Braden going to sit?
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, oh yeah. Can we get another chair, please? I forgot we had another kid.
He forgot he had another moderator too. All right. Too funny. Okay. If you see your name on the screen this time, drop a comment. I have a feeling that they are here as well. You guys are amazing. I do want to say thank you for being here. We'll have, once we do this one and once they collect it, Jeff, if you want to pop over to the room over here, get you in and so everybody can see us together. We do like a screenshot. That'd be pretty cool. Do we have in the chat right now? I know they are. Scott Burton, are you here? He is here. Drop a congrats in the chat, you guys, for Scott Burton. He's in the building. Scott, congratulations, dude. You have done it. Let's go ahead and
I almost forgot he was actually here.
Yeah. Right. I know Jeff seems like he's in a different world. So let me go ahead and get this over there. Scott, I will drop the comment. Essentially, you're going to reach out to Fable. He is in Canada, but hey, if it's going to be a shipment to Canada, might as well be a big one, right? Let's get it covered there. So Fable welcomes people from all countries. You have any idea, any estimate or metric on how many countries you've shipped to?
I don't know if I could find that out. I know it's a lot.
It's
Sometimes
gotta
we
be.
get like crazy countries too. So yeah, I'd love to be able to figure out if there's like a quick app to like figure
Yeah.
that out. But
I'm gonna go 40.
yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
gonna say 40.
I don't know.
Knowing how many interact with the channel and stuff. So,
Yeah.
yep. Customer service at fablebeardco.com. Scott, take a screenshot there and get that one going. But yeah, guys, this is Jeff West right here. This is the Wizard. And you guys know me as Dan. And careful. He did put a hole through this wall just a bit ago. So that is a true statement here. Mr. Wizard, any final things that you want to say to the people?
I don't know, man. It's just we're all family, and you know, I'm always constantly saying it, and that's going to be the Wizards tagline. It's, you know, Fables, every beard has a story, and for me, it's going to be we're all just getting started. You know, that's just the way it feels all the time, and we're really excited for the future.
Thank you for the suggestion on the smoke. That was absolutely appropriate right there. And hey, Scott, congratulations, dude. That's all the Wizard and the Princess over there. And Jeff, man, I hope you guys get to see more of Jeff, not only his work, but he really is a kind soul. He really loves what he does. I say it all the time, but I believe the world would be a better place if people can do what they want. Right? Yep. Imagine how many people treat others poorly because they hate their job. How many people are sad when they go home because they hate their job? Imagine working for the weekend. Like, that's the saddest phrase I've ever heard, is working for the weekend. Like, there's so much joy in taking a chance and doing what you love, and all three of us get to do that, which is so amazing. Amazing.
Take the risk and make it that you don't hate your Mondays.
Right. And everyone sees where people are at. They see Fable, they see a multi-million-dollar revenue a year company, and they're like, oh, the big dogs. You didn't see when he left nursing before the company launched.
Yep.
You didn't see the troubles that they went through. With me, you don't see the risk of taking on $100,000 student loans, paying my own insurance, leaving Sam's accounting career, leaving the safety net of having a job with benefits. Take that chance, you guys. If that doesn't resonate, I don't know what will. So
I don't know, man. That safety net, once you look from the outside, almost just feels like a trap.
It's not that safe.
Yep.
It's really not that safe. Here's my final thing. If you guys don't know, I've been a teacher for the last 12 years, and I am now self-employed. Arizona just switched to not requiring a teaching certificate to teach in the state of Arizona.
Wow.
And they're starting a base pay across the entire state. It is first-year teachers without that certificate are going to get a whopping $27,000 of a career. So not only is it going to be awful for those individuals because they're going to realize it's way more work than they realize. It's way worse of a mental job than you realize, but also that it's just, that's not a lot of money to live off of. So just that, when I see this image right here, I just see doing what you love in three very different ways, by the way, within the same kind of niche and world, very different angles. Just something to consider on that one. You guys take a risk, see if it can pay off in happiness, see if it can pay off in freedom, which is the ultimate. But other than that,
the biggest risk in life is not taking a risk at all.
Yep. Truly. Yeah, it's not cliche. Mark, I had you beat slightly. My first 5 years, I was frozen at $37,000. So yes, 100% on that one. So thank you guys for hopping in today. Fable Vault's going to be open for 7 days. Does the password go away? I think it opens up pretty soon today.
Yeah, we have such a loyal fan base that once that password gets shared within 10 hours, it's like everywhere anyway.
Okay.
So, we're probably going to end up dropping that password gate down here probably before the evening's over. To be
Perfect.
Yeah.
So thank you. We're going to go have family dinners tonight. We're going to be heading home. If you guys could, positive vibes, prayers, thoughts, karma, whatever you guys do. Sam's mom had some bad medical news today, so we got to go home and sort all of that out. Sam's a little shook by it, but we'll make it all work out great. Safe travels home for us, for Jeff. He's flying home tomorrow. But thank you guys. That was such a fun stream, and I hope you guys got to know both of these gentlemen a little bit more. But other than that, check out the vault. We're about to get out of here. Everybody, stay bearded, stay positive, and remember, every beard has a story.
Mm-hmm.
See you guys.
Bye.